Hi Butler families. I'm here today to tell you about a math tool called a Rekenrek. You may have never heard of it before, but this is a tool that we use at school to help us solve math problems. And it's super easy to make. My class has actually made ones that look just like this to take home, but they're very easy. You just need pipe cleaners, beads, and then this material was purchased at Hobby Lobby, and you can buy a whole sheet of it and cut it into smaller pieces. Very inexpensive, and you could make quite a few math tools to have at home. The color change in the beads does matter. You'll notice that there's 5 white and 5 red, and there's 10 on the top and 10 on the bottom. And this is a conversation that we have at the beginning of the year, what we notice and why it would be helpful. So today I'm here to tell you about 4 ideas that you can use with the Rekenrek at home to help your child gain some number sense and knowledge about math and numbers. So the first thing is just to let them play. And as they're playing, you can ask them questions such as, why did you do that, or what do you notice? But just letting them explore with this tool. We just have a few rules as they play with them, and that is to have the white on the right, just so they're using it the same way we use it at school. So we say white on the right, and then any beads that are pushed over on this side are called in play, and any beads on this side are called out of play. And so that's just, again, just so we have some common language, and when we're using these with different people, we all are on the same page. So the first thing, just let your child play. The second way to use a Rekenrek at home is called a quick image, or in my classroom it's a game we call Flash, and that is when I would turn it away from the child and I would push something over, and then I would quickly flash it to them and turn it back around and ask them, how many did you see? And you can ask follow-up questions such as, how do you know, or how did you figure that out? And you can have great conversations about, well, I went 1, 2, 3, 4 versus, oh, well, I saw that this one is still over there, and I know that all 5, or all the red ones would be 5, so 1 less is 4. They just notice these amazing things through conversations and through exploring with the Rekenrek. So your second way is called Flash, or quick images, to just flash it to them, hide it, and ask them what did they see, or how many did they see. The third thing you could do with your child is, in my classroom we call it show me. You basically just say, show me 8. And again, you can have great conversations and notice how your child shows 8. Some students might go one by one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or you might have a child who will go 5, 6, 7, 8. Or you might just have a kid that can visualize it and just push 8 over. And so again, you can have great conversations of, well, how did you know that this was 8? Well, I know that 8 is 2 less than 10, so I left 2 over there. Or why did you say 5? Well, I know that the 5 red is 5. So you can ask your child questions like that and also push them. If you have a child that's counting 1 by 1 by 1, you could ask them questions such as, well, what do you know about the red ones here? Oh, it's 5. So do we have to count them? Just questioning them as they're using the Rekenrek will really push them to see some pretty cool things about numbers. And the last way, the fourth way that you can use this Rekenrek tool at home is a game that we call Guess My Way. And so with this, I'm thinking of a way to make a number in my head, and the student is trying to guess it. So I would say, guess my way for 8. And again, I could have a child that went like that. Or you could show 8 with 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom. Or you could show 8 with 2 and 6. Or 0 on the top and 8 on the bottom. And so you can have great conversations about all these different ways to make a number and how flexible it can be to break them apart into those different combinations. You could even push it one step further and have your child write the number sentence that would match the way. So for example, if I showed, or I was thinking to show 8 like this, 4 and 4, the number sentence would be 4 plus 4 equals 8. So having those different conversations, making lists of all the different ways that you can make numbers. Rekenreks are super easy to make. Like I said, my class will be taking them home. It's a great tool to have your child play with and explore and play some games at home. If you have any interest or need some help in making one, please reach out to me.